What up, YouTube? It's Misery Hates Company. In this video, we're going to talk about some of the priorities I think you need to make in-game on both your main and your ults to maximize your crystal input. Because there's a lot of new into the game, and there's a lot of adjustments that you should make from the last time I made a video like this, which was like several months ago. But watch this video to the very end to maximize your priorities to therefore maximize your crystals. Without further ado, let's get straight to the video. All right, so first things first, and what really justified this video to me was the new entry of Squad Battle. So Squad Battle as a whole does a really great job of rewarding crystals, similar to every other PvP style game type. In this game, in MFR, this does a really good job of rewarding you a ton of crystals, arguably the most. I mean, this gives you, what, 18, 15, 12? Let's see what the other ones do. Look at Dimension Duel, weekly ranking. Oh yeah, wow. Almost double there. Okay. And then Omega War rewards. Nope. I want weekly rankings. Yeah, so Squad Battle definitely rewards the absolute most. Now, the reason that this Squad Battle coming into the game changes the dynamics of your priorities is because it tempts you to want to focus on spreading out all of your resources over several heroes, because that's basically the gist of squad battles. I guess we should start even further. Like, why would you want crystals in the game? Which is, I mean, if you don't know, there's a lot of things you can do, especially right now, that you can get some free crystal, or like the event crystal going on right now for like 1K crystals. Where are they? The 1K crystals. I don't even see them anymore. There's like 1K crystals, and it gives you like a whole bunch of stuff, and you get them every week, and it runs out here in the near future. But there's also these weekly ones, which are pretty valuable as well, because it gives you the costume reroll or the card reroll, and then just don't get that one. So there's a lot of reasons you're going to want crystals. It's basically the best way without spending money to get fodder for this game to then upgrade your hero even farther. Even a player like myself, I still am working on my Scarlet Witch a pretty great deal. I have 2 of my pieces fully nanoed out, and I'm working on nanoing out the last 2. As you can see, I do have a couple more pieces ready to go when I get enough fodder, but that is definitely a problem. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total pieces, and I have 3. So that means I need 6 more Eyes of Osiris pieces in order to fully nano out my Scarlet Witch with my Eyes of Osiris gear, which, by the way, I do love on her. Now, what are the priorities of the game? So basically, like I just said, if you are at any point in the game where you can focus on PvP to get more crystals, whether you're free to play or whatever you want to get as higher rank as you can. So what I was doing was putting all of my eggs in the Squad Battle basket. So if you look at Squad Battle right now, I'm currently ranked 28th. Now, I did just lose to Donkey Punch. Shout out to Donkey Punch. But I'll use this as an example. So I have basically all of my good gear and everything, cards and everything else, on Scarlet Witch now. And I have like okay gear on Spider-Man and Wolverine. I used to have full special cards on all of them, and I do not have that now. Because what I decided to do, and I think this is going to pay off dividends in the long run, and actually paid off dividends last week, which is why I'm making this video, is I am focusing on just Scarlet Witch, because what she allows me to do is rank higher in Dimension Duel and Omega War, but then still do decent in Squad Battle. Now, I did test this last week, like I said, to kind of justify this video. So last week I did end in the top 30 for Omega War, and right around the same place, top 40 for Dimension Duel. I don't really push Dimension Duel that much. It's just very, very time consuming. I think I might push it here in the near future. I don't know. I get very frustrated with Dimension Duel. With a lot of, like, Spider-Man, for example, is just incredibly frustrating. But you could argue that Scarlet Witch is just as frustrating as well. But so I'm using this beefy Scarlet Witch that I have now created to focus on all 3 game types in order to elevate my total crystal input. Now, I did not log how many total crystals I got, but there was actually no change in the Squad Battle rank. So typically I get in the top 20, which nets me, somewhere around 700 crystals, which is very nice. Wait, did I look at that right? Yeah. So right now I'm sitting at 28, which is, it's fine. I have several more days. I think I have 5 more days to move on up, and that will happen. In fact, I'm pretty sure like Tuesday I was so busy I didn't even do my 5 battles. So like I'm even lower than I typically would, because I literally missed a full 5 battles. Don't do that. Use your battles. But anyway, so there was no change in my Squad Battle because the people on my server, Hydra server, are so competitive and they have such a good overall team that I wasn't seeing that incremental gain by having my gear spread out. So instead, what I did was I did use some extra gear as fodder to get 2 more nanos on my Scarlet Witch. So I did get the second one on her boots, which does give me the melee damage decrease, which is awesome. The next nano piece will be on the hands, so I can get the this, I think it's range damage decrease. Yeah, range damage decrease, which again is just stats on stats on stats. Make her a little tanky, take a little less damage. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish out nanoing the rest of them on my boots because that's where I'm going to max out my CDR. Now, I did max out my, what's that called? The pesky core booster. Now, I didn't really use it. I used all of my fodder for that, really just to get more 5-star cores. I had a ton of 4-star cores. I still do. And I used all that essence, if you will, to try to boost up my 5 stars. And then once I go through all my 4 stars, I'll then start foddering up my 5 stars to try to get more 6 stars. But what I really did, and this is the whole point of this video, is my Omega cards. So my Omega cards were sitting at like quantity 2, quantity 3, quantity 4. And what I did, I had several special cards stretch across several different heroes. I mean, like I said, my top, I want to say like 5, maybe 6 heroes all had tons of special cards on them. And obviously duplicates. Well, duplicates, if you don't make them a duplicate and you use them on a pre-existing one, you can click on it and then quality increase, and it goes up in rank at least 1, sometimes more than that. But you have to have the same exact card in order to do that. So what I did was used all of that fodder. Now, obviously this one rolls as a natural 7 whenever you do it. So that's, kind of a free 7. But these two were definitely not 7. I had like 3 or 4 of these Captain Marvel cards. And then I just today actually got this Black Widow card to 7. And then everything else is 6-star, which feels amazing. This one actually got incredibly lucky. I only had 1 fodder and it went from a 2 to a 6. I was like, very small chance that even happens. But also, if you do a stat change, there is a chance that you get a quality upgrade. And I want to say I got a couple upgrades from that as well before I did the card upgrade. So that was just profit, which again is what you should do. I would recommend it because I don't know about you guys, but I get these pretty easily. These, what are they called? Mega stat change cards. I had like 6 of them. So I did actually want to change the stats on this. And now I have exactly what I want. And I'll show you my stats overall here in a second. But as you can see, I've min-maxed pretty well here. Dodge rate is okay, but it is exactly where I want it to be. Get a little bit of total damage in there. Yeah, feels good, man. All right, so that's what I did basically this last week, was just put all of my dupe cards on my Scarlet Witch so she can do better in Omega War Dimension Duel, and then basically even still do more damage in squad battle. And like I said, I did not see a noticeable difference in the amount of crystals I got. So to me, this was just noticeable. And when I say crystals I got from squad battle, I did get more crystals from the other 2. So it's definitely worth it. So this is the stats from doing all of that. So my, dodge rate is what it is. Accuracy rate is 162. So still have 62.9% there, which is nice. My crit rate is at 63.2. Would love for that to be a little higher. Crit damage is at almost 250. Defense Pierce is at 62%. Max damage rate is at 45%. Cooldown is at 47. Max CDR is 50%. Like I said, when I finish upgrading my boots, this will in turn become 50%. Total damage, which is really nice, is 24%. And then I do basically have these 2 maxed out. I could not get off my PvP damage enough without dropping it below. But I feel like with me upgrading my last 3 cards to 7, I should be getting this last 0.3%, or I'll get it from my companions. And then I'll figure out a way of lowering this a bit so I'm not so high off the cap, which is, of course, obviously 75, and getting it down to get that 9% shaved off and applied elsewhere would be awesome. So that's my stats. I did also, fun fact for this video, if you made it this far, I no longer have a different card set. So I was running PvE, PvP, and then I was like, but why? Why would I waste PvE special cards when I could just double down on my PvP set, which is what matters really, because that's what gets me the most crystals. So I no longer have a PvE set because Alliance rate is what it is. I'm going to run it when I can, and then we're actually going to join here momentarily, and that's just fine. So that's that. Next thing I'm going to be focusing on is my companions, because that is kind of account wide. But yeah, so I would highly recommend, instead of trying to stretch your gear super thin, instead put all your best stuff on your main, treat it like a true MMO RPG that it's supposed to be, and then you will still do, as long as your main hero is a competitive person, you will still do arguably just as well in a squad battle with less as competitive gear, cards, and anything else on your alts. At least that's what I have found. And I, of course, did min-max my skills for all my heroes to make sure they're viable to squad battle, and then leaving them on them, which is very important. So obviously I'm on the B one, which is what I use for squad battle. If this video helped you, make sure you smash that like button. Again, the whole point of this is to help get you more crystals so you can hopefully get more fodder and more just general stuff in the game. And that's how I'm doing it, by putting all my eggs in the Scarlet Witch basket, doing well in PvP. PvE is what it is, but then still doing well in squad battle. So let me know in the comments below what your strategy is to get the most out of your crystals. And if there's a really good idea, I will give you a pin and a heart. So until next time, guys, lock it in.